Strzok calls Trump voters ignorant hillbillies at hearing. He gets nasty surprise by Rebecca DeCirio, Politics US News for MadWorldNews.com. Peter Strzok, the embattled FBI special agent who was hired from the Robert Mueller investigation, called Americans who voted for Donald Trump ignorant hillbillies. He also texted, "I can smell the Trump supporters at Walmart" on his government device. Well, he just got leveled by a nasty surprise at today's hearings, one he will never forget. If you missed the hearings on Capitol Hill today, the Democrats worked very hard to make it a farce. FBI Special Agent Peter Strzok is such an arrogant, lying piece of work. They were hell-bent on playing games, hoping to stop him from testifying. After the ranking Democrats attempted to use parliamentary procedures to stall the hearing, initiating a time-consuming vote to call the whole thing off, the GOP members outnumbered them and the hearing went on. Kimberly Strassel, the reporter for the Wall Street Journal, tweeted, "90-minute takeaway from Strzok hearing. Democrats have forged new strategy for shutting down oversight. Interrupt, call points of order, argue over points of order, demand recorded votes, eat up time, protect the witness, hope Republicans are taking notes." There you have her tweet here. Exactly. She expressed it much better than I did. That's what was going on. I saw it right off the bat. As the hearing commenced, most important was the questioning by Representative Bob Goodlatte, who outed Strzok's contempt for Trump supporters. Newsweek reports Representative Bob Goodlatte of Virginia, the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, led the combined session with House Oversight. He repeatedly prodded Strzok over his messages with former FBI lawyer Lisa Page. "So let's discuss a text that hits home for me," Goodlatte said. "On August 26, 2016, you texted Miss Page, just went to a Southern Virginia Walmart. I could smell the Trump support, and smell is in capital letters, all capital letters. What does a Trump supporter smell like, Mr. Strzok?" Strzok became incensed, thrusting his chin upward as he smirked, saying, "It's an expression of speech. I clearly wasn't smelling one thing or another. What I meant, traveling hundreds of miles in Northern Virginia, I was struck with the extraordinary difference in political opinion amongst the community there." Goodlatte interrupted him, asking, "And you described that as smell, quote, in capital letters?" Strzok had no real answer, so Goodlatte went on to prove this guy is full of crap. Representative Goodlatte quickly brought up Strzok's other text in which he calls the residents of Loudoun County, Virginia, ignorant hillbillies simply because they support Trump. And here is his text exchanges between Strzok and Page. Strzok, "Disappointing, but look at the district map. Loudoun is being gentrified, and it's still largely important hillbillies. Good for her for running, but curious if she's energized or never again." She's energized, meaning Hillary Clinton. You need to tape that woman together. And James Woods had the perfect thing. He had a picture of her all wrapped up in bubble wrap, but energized, you have to tape her. You know, how you going to keep her together to be energized? Well, maybe we can stick a battery in her. Strzok lies, saying, "No, I don't believe that Trump supporters are ignorant hillbillies," but he does. He wrote it, so he can deny it all he wants. He was smirking as he lied, saying, "Tell them, residents of Virginia, that it was an unfortunate use of words." Yeah, Then he screwed up and admitted that he does think Trump supporters are hillbillies when he said, well, I'm from Fairfax County. That's what we think of Loudoun County. They are hillbillies. So you see, he lies, and unbelievable. His sick word game didn't fool anyone watching at all. The fact is, for over 18 months, this useless Trump hater was spewing his bias against the president. And it's not only bias. He was part of the plan in the workings to destroy Trump and bring him down. That's why he let Hillary off the hook. And with all this that's going on with the FBI and the Russian investigation. So he was spewing bias against the president and his supporters using his government BlackBerry device. He thought Hillary Clinton would win, and he texted to say he would fix it. There it is. That's what I'm saying. Working on getting her in. So she would be the president, you see? Let's take a listen.
How your vitriol against President Trump makes it appear you could never approach the case in a fair-minded manner.
Sir, of course I appreciate that. I understand.
So let's discuss a text that hits home for me. On August 26, 2016, you texted Ms. Page, quote, just went to a Southern Virginia Walmart. I could smell the Trump support. And smell is in capital letters, all capital letters. What does Trump support smell like, Mr. Strzok?
Sir, that's an expression of speech. I clearly wasn't smelling one thing or the other. What I was commenting on is living in Northern Virginia.
Well, what does that mean?
What I meant by that was living in Northern Virginia, having traveled 100 and 150 miles south within the same state, I was struck by the extraordinary difference in the expression of political opinion and belief amongst the community there.
And you described that as smell in capital letters.
Sir, that was a choice of the quick choice of words in a text.
All right. So earlier,
seen or heard.
Okay. So earlier, you had texted Ms. Page on that another part of Virginia, Loudoun County, which is, I think, in Northern Virginia, is, quote, still ignorant hillbillies, end quote. Is that what you meant?
No, sir, not at all.
That you consider Trump supporters to be ignorant hillbillies?
Not at all.
So what did you mean by that?
Well, sir, the first thing I'd tell you is, as a proud Fairfax County resident, there's a healthy sort of competition between Fairfax and Loudoun. Second thing I would tell you is that in no way did I or do I believe any resident of Loudoun County or Southern Virginia or anywhere else in the nation are any of those things. That was a flippant text.
So do you understand the implications of this text when my constituents in Virginia read it?
I do, sir, and I would ask you to tell them that that was in some cases, certainly unfortunate use of words, that in no way do I believe that those things are what.
Now, you and Ms. Page used personal phones and accounts to...
Well, the minute Robert Mueller found out about the Trump-hating text, he immediately fired Strzok from the special counsel due to his anti-Trump bias. You are the lead investigator. You originated the investigation. You are the point of contact. You drafted the document, and here you are before you're interviewed, a single solitary witness saying blank Trump, Representative Trey Gowdy said. Even President Trump tweeted from London, writing, "How can the rigged witch hunt proceed when it was started, influenced, and worked on for an extended period of time by former FBI agent lover, Peter Strzok? Read his hate-filled and totally biased emails, and the answer is clear." Americans tuning in to this hearing watched in disgust as Strzok smiled every time the Democrats attempted to interrupt, which is their new strategy to stop the truth from getting out. But Americans aren't stupid, and Strzok was in for a nasty surprise as he was outed as a traitor of the United States. He refused to own his words, and Trey Gowdy masterfully dissected Strzok. The lying FBI agent started the anti-Trump investigation in July of 2016, and he was constantly texting about impeaching Trump. I don't appreciate having an FBI agent with an unprecedented level of animus working on two major investigations during 2016, Gowdy told Strzok during a contentious exchange about Strzok's alleged bias while investigating Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Gowdy pressed Strzok about the quickness with which he jumped to the conclusion, of impeaching Trump within a day of Mueller's investigation beginning. But Strzok insisted he had no bias. Do you remember how long it took you to start talking about impeachment after Bob Mueller was appointed, Gowdy asked. I don't, sir. Strzok replied, 1 day, Gowdy answered, referring to the record of text messages, 1 day, and you were talking about impeachment. And for anyone who may have missed it, the day after his appointment, Agent Strzok, you did it again 5 days later. Peter Strzok is an arrogant hack who needs to be put in prison. He almost pulled off negating the election of Donald Trump. He is the real collusion into the election. Luckily, God was watching over our nation, protecting it from this dubious domestic enemy called the Democrats. It's not only Strzok, and God willing, Strzok and the rest of the Democrats will answer for their crimes to the full extent of the law. For now, all patriots must get the truth out because the Democrats are hell-bent on spinning Peter Strzok as some leftist hero. That's exactly what they're doing. No, because you know something, the whole Congress has to be redone and everything. Not the Congress, the Congress, that's what I mean. You know, this is driving me nuts today, all this info. But it has to be redone because these people, these Democrats, vote them out of office because these people are evil. They do not want to get to the truth. As a human being, listen, if you were in exactly how Goodlatte said, if you were in Trump's position or anybody else's position and you're innocent and they're going after you like that, wouldn't you want the truth to come out no matter what side? We're not talking sides. Yeah, but the Democrats do not want the truth coming out. Why? Because they don't want the corruption to stop. They do not want the corruption to stop, and they don't care about the people of America. They only care about illegals to get their votes, to promise them free stuff, while they take the money from the hardworking people in America. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.